tell us a little bit about your journey. You were a graduate of IIT Madras in 1984,
Right.
and the faculty at that time made an impression on you, I'm sure. So let's start there.
So at 15 years, you come into this institute. The only one thing that you learnt in yesteryears is to believe and to trust. So we submitted ourselves completely into the hands of the teachers that they were. And these were not simple teachers. These were the teachers who built this institute. So they were very committed to the concept of development. There was a physical part as far as the institute is concerned, but I thought the bigger part is developing human beings. And that really touched us in those years. Interestingly, at that time, there were no distractions for us. 4:30, we'll leave from classes, go drink a glass of milk, and you have a hockey stick or whatever, go to the field, play for an hour and a half, come back. And then after dinner, it's homeworks. That's it. There was no gadget, no distraction at all. So we had the luxury, I would say, those were golden years where we had the luxury of really committing to the subject. And truly, the students that went past in that first 2 decades of the IITs had the responsibility of building the nation.
Sure.
Because we saw that in the teachers. We saw nothing else other than the commitment that they were demonstrating.
Wow.
So we just learnt only that one bit, actually.
And then your journey took you to the United States?
Yes. So did bachelor's here. And then I wanted to join the engineering service exam. So I was going for the exam, and I got a person at the door at 8 o'clock in the morning in my hostel saying the director would like to see you.
Okay.
I told him I'm going for the exam and I'll see him after the exam. Please tell him that. He said, no, he knows that you're going for the exam. He wants to see you before you go for the exam. It's quite interesting. So at 8:30, I bicycle, go to director's house, Professor Indiresan. I'm waiting in the lobby, and 8:30, 8:40, 8:50, 8:55, throw fit, saying that I have to go to Vivekananda College, far away, 40 minutes journey. And so, please tell him I'm leaving. He said, please wait. He goes in, comes in a minute and says, director knows you're going for the exam. He does not want you to go for the exam. He'll come and meet you soon. In 5 minutes, Professor Indiresan comes out and says, come Murthy, let's have breakfast. And then, Jaya, can you give us breakfast? And Jaya auntie gives idlis. I eat my second breakfast and I return back to the hostel. That was what I was saying. We trusted his decision about who I am and what I can do and where I'm best suited. I think that is the whole essence of our childhood or the early years of our academic life, the training.
You knew he was doing whatever he was doing in your greatest good.
There was this faith that he will do the best for me.
Wow. And how did this lead you to...
So obviously I didn't write the engineering service exam.
Sure.
Fortunately, that year around the GATE exam started. So I wrote that. So I used that card and went and joined the master's program again at IIT Madras.
Okay.
So there I thought, I promised myself I'll become a consultant of India. Structural consultant. I'll design buildings, bridges, water tanks, whatever you name it. But then it so happened that as I was doing the master's program, we were doing 14 courses in 2 semesters, 7 apiece. There were a large number of standards that we were using, and we had to apply those standards. And every time we had a question, why should we do it this way? There were no answers at that time. And that led to this irritation that I need to know answers. And so the thought of doing a doctoral program arose from there. I applied for the third degree at this institute. And then, of course, again, this time the head of the department advised me to leave the country and then get a degree from outside, because I have seen enough of this institute and the coursework here. So he suggested I should get something new. So my colleagues who had left already a couple of years ago after the bachelor's program, I got advice from them, and then they sent me a list of universities. I applied and I was given admission at the places. But the one that I chose finally was the one, I didn't realize that it was all providential. California Institute of Technology. I land up in Pasadena and there's an earthquake that day. There were 3 earthquakes during my stay. The day I'm leaving, there's an earthquake in Los Angeles. And I come to India and I have 15 earthquakes happening here. So the writing on the wall was clear that I was going to work in earthquake engineering.
There way too many, way too
Too
much
many
symbolism.
messengers and sort of directions coming to me silently. So that's what happens. Many times when opportunity knocks on the door, or when the divine spirit is telling you something, you have to be watchful, and it will come in many forms, and silently they will tell you what you're supposed to do. That
You
belief,
just have to
yeah,
keep your ears
yeah,
open in
yes,
some sense.
yes.
After PhD, you came back and you chose to become a faculty member at IIT Kanpur for some time, and you've now been here.